everyone, and welcome back to Comcrafty. This is Veronica, and today I am here with a new album. It's an autumn album made with a collection Fall Festival from Mintay Papers. Um, I have tried to make this album for us. This is the third time. The first two times I had to give it away, people wanted it. So, but I promised myself that I will make one album for ourselves with this collection mandatory because I'm crazy after Christmas papers. But last year, this collection took the top, you know. Yes. So this album is perfectly square. It's 23 and a half centimeters by 22 and a half, sorry, yes, so not really perfectly square, by 7.5 in spine. And that in inches means 9.25 by 8.75 by 3 inches. It only has 3 signature pages. And this is how it looks on the front. I have decorated it heavier than I usually do, but from my point of view, it's perfect. This is how it looks on the back. I left it simple and I have wrapped the spine with laminated cardstock. And by the way, if you know a technique for these air bubbles not to appear when you bend the laminated cardstock, please let me know in the comments. And this you just saw the spine. Okay, as we open it, this is how the front inner cover looks. Like I said, I have decorated this album much more richly than my usual albums, my usual style. But yeah, I thought that being, autumn is the season of harvest. So I thought it's perfectly motivated, you know, this rich style of decorating. So this is what I did on the front inner cover. You saw. Um, this is the front first page, and all pages are tunnel pages, meaning that there is space for you to put an insert, a photo insert of like 20 by 20 centimeters, a bit bigger, so with space for 4 photos, I would say. So here on the front, we have, autumn colors and changing colors, and we have this little booklet which is magnetized, and it contains 4 tags of the collection. They are 7.5 by 5, and I have inserted them in the punched corners. And because it moved a bit easily, I created this little, you see how easy it moved. I created this little tuck spot under to stay properly in there. So you take this away, you open the first upper flap and the second flap, and then you have this twist and pop with spaces for another 4 of the tags from the big collection, which, like I said, they are 7.5 by 10. They are all laminated, and I'm loving how they look. I rounded the corners to all of them, and then you have spaces above and below them for photos. More than enough space for, I would say, I don't know, 4 photos or thereabout. I haven't counted how much space for photos you have in this album, but being for us and us not making too many photos in autumn, I thought, yeah, I really want to put the accent more on the papers than on the photos, to be honest. And here under all this, it's actually a belly band, and you have space for a bigger photo insert as well, where with space for another 4 photos or so. As we turn the page, this is my favorite image of the whole collection. It's with this lovely puppy, which says "Welcome home." It has that pillow next to it, and yeah, so I thought this is how I imagined it. So this puppy is my puppy, and it's waiting for me as I'm coming home, and he says "Welcome home," and then he asks me hot chocolate or apple cider. So I thought it's the sweetest thing. And above it, there is another sentiment saying pumpkin spice and everything nice, which I think it's perfect for autumn. So all this collection, it's of sentiments and images. For me, it's absolutely perfect. So here we have a sliding image, a slider. And this slider goes easily to the left and right, a bit too easy. So this is why I stopped it with those two circles. As you saw, they are raised. And so you slide the puppy to the right and you open the left side and the other way around. And there you have space for another 4 photos. And of course, if you really want on the front as well. In my case, not so much anymore because I put those stoppers there, which also act like a decoration as well. So by lifting it, it can easily slide over them, but once you leave it by itself, it stops in them. Otherwise, it slides too easily to the left and right, allowing for the things to open. And this whole page opens up and it gives space for another pop-up element with space for one big photo. And under it, it says leaves the bound from all around, another one of my favorite sentiments. So here you have space for 2 photos, basically big. On the second page, there is another new technique that I learned. And by the way, this was a very time-consuming album for me. So I think it took me like 3 days and a half in total because I implemented in it 4 new techniques. You will see, starting with this one. And not only they were new techniques, but they were very detailed, so they required much time for decorating. So here on the front, we have this lovely booklet, which I decorated again with 2 jars with the confiture and honey and with this lovely white pumpkin. And on the front, I put this blackboard on which I put a sticker, and it opens to the right and to the left, and then that's it first opening, and then it opens one more. So this is the maximum of its opening. And this took me a lot to decorate, as you might imagine, but I loved how it turned out. I really love. Um, yes, I did it in mirror, so I mirrored the left and the right sides, and I think it really looks adorable. It has space for photos, of course, if you want to cover all those spaces with photos. If not, I, for one, I'm pretty sure I will leave it as it is. So this is how it looks. When you open it, it's pretty long. I will try to tell you. So it's like 30 centimeters, yeah, like 60 centimeters in length when you open it completely. So that's how it looks. And yeah, I'm pretty crazy after it, to be honest. Not sure when I will do it again, but the effect, I think it's really stunning. And this whole thing uncovers the second new technique that I implemented. So this is how it looks. This is my new, my husband's new favorite add-on. So there are these 2 photo mats that when you open the page, you see they actually go apart from each other. And on the sides, you have 2 big pockets that have space for photo mats, again, of minimum 15 by 15 centimeters. So again, you have space there for photos as well. And even under here, because you have enough space under this uh, lifted photo mats for photos. So you have space for more photos there as well. Okay, we turn the page and we are at our 4th page, and here we have a side flap and then a big flap that opens to the right, and this is the 3rd new technique that I have implemented. This is how it looks. It's very 3D, as you see, and it's, yeah, a lot of space and pop-up and dimension there, and I really hope you like it. It is pretty spectacular, and I have created, you have space for photos of 10 by 15, and if you really want, you can put photo inserts as well, because I have created these tuck spots, so 2 on the inside and 2 on the outside. So in total, instead of 4 photos, you have space for maybe 12 photos, plus whatever space for photos you have on the sides. And it's a lot of sentiments here, like let's collect some acorn, chestnuts, foggy mornings, sweater weather. Yeah, it's full of them from the chipboard sticker sheet. And now we are down to the last page. Here it's a simple page, the simplest in the album. We have a little waterfall with pages from the small pads, small collection, 15 by 15 centimeters. It's made of 4 such pages, and it starts with my favorite one, with the puppy, of course, and then uh, other 3, which I saw. They look really lovely, and this gives you space for 9 photos of 10 by 15 centimeters, or smaller if you want to make them smaller. And under it, it says all I want is hot cocoa and cozy blanket. And then as we turn the page and gets to our last page in the album, we have another a booklet under which you have space for a photo insert as big as the page almost, if you want it, if you want to cover the left image. So again, with space for 4 photos or more. And this one opens again with that closure, which, by the way, it's magnetized, as you might have guessed. And here again on the blackboard, you have space for photos, and this is how it looks. So this is the fourth new technique that I have implemented in this album. Again, it gives you space for 10 by 15 centimeters photos, and I put tuck spots for photo inserts in case you want to add extra photos. And by the way, this album won't be for sale because it's ours, like I said from the beginning, but I will insert it in the, maybe I will insert it in the albums on commission page of the shop. Yeah, and this is it basically. The last cover, the back inner cover, it's identical with the first one. I've put these banners here. That fall festival title is basically taken from the top of the sticker sheet, of the chipboard sticker sheet, which I have trimmed off and sticked it here because it also has dimension, obviously, like the stickers themselves. And this is it basically. It's full of colors, this of warmth, this collection and this album. It makes me feel extremely comfy, extremely comfy. And this is why I actually created this album, and this is why I wanted mandatory for us to have one. And I'm very happy with how it turned out, and yeah, how it makes me feel basically. And if you like what you see on the channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Let me know if you like the album in a comment, share, and like. And until the next time, if we don't see each other again and it's a new year, I will wish you a happy new year. See you soon. Bye bye.